Did you know that over 3,000 years ago, in a far-off land by the river Nile, there lived people called the Pharaohs? They were the kings of a place called Egypt. But they didn't just rule as kings, they also believed themselves to be gods. When we think of the Pharaohs, we often picture great builders. They constructed huge pyramids and temples to serve as their tombs, believing that these structures would help them on their journey to the afterlife. One of the most famous pharaohs was Tutankhamun, who ruled from 1332 to 1323 BC. His tomb, discovered almost completely intact in 1922, provided an unprecedented glimpse into the burial practices of the era. The treasures found in his tomb, including the famous golden death mask, are now scattered around the world. Another powerful pharaoh was Ramses II, who reigned from 1279 to 1213 BC. He built massive temples like Abu Simbel, which took 20 years to complete. Abu Simbel has 4 gigantic statues of Ramses II carved into the sandstone. And at the back of the temple, there are 2 giant seated statues, each 66 feet tall. Ramses II was considered a great builder, but he was also a warrior king. He fought many battles and led his army across the Middle East. Despite this, he is perhaps best known for the peace treaty he signed with the Hittites, ending a long period of hostility between the two nations. This treaty is considered the first of its kind in history. Though Cleopatra isn't an Egyptian name, she too was a powerful pharaoh. She was the last active ruler of the Ptolemaic Kingdom of Egypt, a period when the Greek language and culture was dominant. Although her reign lasted only 21 years, she left an indelible mark on history. She had a famous love affair with the Roman general Mark Antony, but their relationship caused political problems between Rome and Cleopatra's kingdom. In 323 BC, after her forces were defeated by Octavian, the future Emperor Augustus, Cleopatra and Antony committed suicide rather than submit to their enemies. But how did the pharaohs come to power? Well, the word pharaoh originally came from the Egyptian word meaning great of praises. It was used to describe the rulers of Egypt from about 2680 BC. Until the Arab conquest in 640 AD, the pharaohs belonged to several different dynasties, which means a family of rulers. Each dynasty had its own capital city. For example, the Giza Plateau was the capital during the 4th dynasty when the famous pyramids were built. During the New Kingdom, which lasted from about 1543 to 1069 BC, Thebes became the new capital. The early Egyptians believed that the pharaoh wasn't just a human king, but was actually a god on earth. The pharaoh was considered the son of Ra, the sun god, and was believed to have divine powers. It was the pharaoh's duty to maintain Mat, which was a concept that combined truth, justice, and cosmic order. The pharaoh was also the highest priest in the land and was responsible for maintaining the relationship between the gods and the people. This meant that every aspect of Egyptian life was connected to the pharaoh, from farming to religion to the economy. The pharaohs built monumental pyramids and temples, not just as tombs, but as places of worship. These structures were designed to impress and to remind the people of the pharaoh's power. However, the most fascinating aspect of the pharaohs was their belief in the afterlife. They believed that when someone died, their soul would go on a journey to the underworld. To help the soul on its journey, the Egyptians mummified their dead, preserving their bodies and burying them with all of their worldly possessions. The Egyptian civilization lasted for over 3,000 years, leaving behind a rich legacy of art, math, and medicine. The pyramids still stand as a reminder of their ingenuity and their desire to build structures that would last forever. Though their reign may have ended, the impact of the pharaohs on human history is undeniable. Also, be sure to check out the series in the description below. Thanks for watching.